proposes black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time.
Report now on sanctuary policies in the state of Illinois. Immigration and Customs Enforcement saying that Governor Pritzker is overseeing the release of more than 1,700 dangerous criminal illegal aliens since
because there was so many people coming to us who were on active duty, who were recent veterans, family members of service members,
and is convicted because they confessed to doing this, that they took $2 million in food that was supposed to help people during COVID. A former vice presidential candidate who's being looked at this, the governor of that state, Tim Walz, and you've got Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and others being looked at. What's at stake here?
Well, the fraud and corruption in Minnesota, and especially among those elected officials, is staggering. That's just the tip of the iceberg that we're seeing right now. What we're seeing is something that's criminal, it is massive, and it is sleazy. They looked the other way because they needed the votes of a certain community there. It does look like it involved the governor, who's a Democrat, who was the nominee for vice president of the United States. And it also looks like money has been funneled not just to criminals, but also overseas and possibly also to terrorist organizations.
Guys, oh my God. This could be the biggest scandal since the last big scandal that the Democrats pulled. I want to ask you something. You get up early every morning, you go to work, you work all day, your back hurts, your paycheck barely stretches, and every month the government takes their cut. And tonight I'm going to ask the question every American that works is asking, and we're sick of asking it. Where did all the money really go? Because while you're choosing between groceries and gas, while your kid's future feels more expensive every year, billions were moving through programs that were supposed to help people. And somehow you, the American taxpayer, are the one left holding the bag. This isn't about left or right anymore, even though it seems a lot left. This is about the people who work and the people who never seem to pay when the money disappears. Ilhan Omar, Tim Walz, governor of Minnesota, congresswoman in Minnesota, the justice system is coming for you. This is disgusting. The more that you learn about this, the worse it gets. They stole $250+ million from Omar's district in a fraud scheme. And they did it to keep some damn Somali voters happy. These refugees. That's what they did here. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to talk about Jasmine Crockett. We're going to talk about the seditious six. We have a lot to cover. Let's get to it.
And what's making this so sleazy is so much of this money, they did it under the guise of trying to help children and children with autism. They didn't care at all about that. They just wanted more names to put under more fraudulent documents. And then the people in Minnesota, it looks like, rubber stamped it. The money started to flow and they never looked back. This was set up to defraud the American taxpayers. And I'll tell you, we need to go after all of these folks who need to be held accountable for what I believe is criminal behavior.
What's happening are detailed today that we're drilling down on. One of two of them is the food programs. I mean, you've got a congresswoman on Capitol Hill right now, Ilhan Omar, whose people in her very own staff, one of whom has already committed and is convicted because they confessed to doing this, that they took $2 million in food that was supposed to help people during COVID.
We have people in the United States that are starving. We have people that can barely rub a couple of nickels together. They're getting like $16, $22 a month in food stamps. We've got illegal aliens. We have refugees. We got these migrant newcomers, these sanctuary locals that are getting thousands. And now we find out that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar had a staff member that was involved in all of this. And they're stealing food out of the mouths of autistic kids, out of children, out of people that were suffering and lost their jobs during the COVID pandemic. This is insane. And this is demonic. This is disgusting. This is despicable. And anyone associated with this, if they can be deported, they should be deported. Leave a comment down below. I want to get your opinion on this. Maybe I'm overreacting here. I probably am. I'm probably overreacting, right?
Refused to follow the law, and the officials in Minnesota really didn't go ahead and try to enforce the law. And we've seen this also in Medicaid there in Minnesota with fraud there. We've seen it with the food program. We've seen it with welfare. Apparently, they were trying to sign up so many people they ran out of names. So went to a website, www.randomnames.com.
They ran out of names? They committed so much fraud, they ran out of names. And they went to a website, randomnames.com. We've got to see this website. This is the actual website that they went to generate names so that they could continue to find the fraud. Randomnames.com. Can you actually believe this? These people they have no morality. This is lower than whale poop. Meanwhile, we have real people that need these programs. That's what the programs are there for. There's nothing wrong with being on EBT, being on SNAP. It's there as a safety net. It is not there to be exploited by what I would say are criminals. Tell me I'm wrong here. Help me out. I'm probably wrong. Fill me in what you think.
Names, and the money was so big, we understand that some of it went to buy BMWs, Mercedes-Benz. Some of it even went to buy real estate overseas. But it does look to me, Harris, and I think you had Kim Strausel on last week, so many of these government programs are just set up to be taken advantage of.
Guys, if I talk about this anymore, it's because how important this is, that we find the bottom of this. We find the hinge pin. Barrasso, Harris Faulkner, I am glad that they are showing you what has happened. This is absolute disgusting what we have allowed to happen, what has continued to happen, and we demand justice. I demand that these people get arrested. We have to run this to ground and find out who is the hinge pin and who was really behind everything. Because something this big, there had to be just a couple of central figures pulling all the strings. I'd love to get your opinion down below. Who do you think was actually behind this? But for the governor, Tim Walz, to say that he doesn't know anything, he's not come out and made any statements yet. Ilhan Omar has not come out and actually made any statements. The liberal news media is avoiding all of this. And they've trotted out a couple of other little stories that I'm about to show you to throw in a smokescreen so that we take our eyes off of the shiny object. Here we have Donald Trump in the White House, and this is an audio clip of Donald Trump talking as he's walking through, and he was caught on a hot mic. And the liberal news media is going to try to go after Trump, but I'm telling you what he said. I want to know if you agree with this.
Hey, Jeff, you know I cannot appoint anyone. I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed time is expired. And then they're in the fall.
So what he said there, President Trump caught on a hot mic calling out Republicans for allowing Democrats to run the clock down on his administration. Alina Habba just had to step down because they couldn't get her confirmed in time, and other legal obstacles that no other president has ever had to deal with. He says, I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed has had their time expire. It is time for Republicans to destroy the filibuster and get the president's staff in place. Get them confirmed. It is time to quit playing games, because you know what the Democrat Party is going to do when they ever get back in power. Next up, it seems like Jasmine Crockett's out of a job, and she dropped this little campaign video and then immediately deleted it. I want you to watch this. We caught it. We downloaded it. It's not going anywhere. The internet lives forever. Jasmine.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her?
She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
So this was a campaign ad. She couldn't even speak for herself. She got sound bites from Donald Trump. She has no policy. She has no platform. Her only platform, just like many Democrats, is Orange Man bad, we hate Trump. That is their entire platform. They have done nothing to help America. She has no real idea. And this is the squad. This is the squad running against Trump. They have no policies. Tell me one policy that Jasmine Crockett has put forward. Her and Ilhan Omar, we've got Rashida Tlaib, we got AOC, we've got Jayapal. We have a load of low information, we hate Trump Democrats. That's all they have. They don't care about America. This is a damn reality show for these people. And she deleted this. Jasmine, if it's so good and you're so amazing, why did you delete it? Leave a comment down below. Why do you think she deleted it? And does she stand a chance to run for Senate in Texas? I think she probably does. She's going to have a lot of money thrown in her campaign from the Soros and that Open Societies Foundation.
That video, 3 weeks ago or whatever it was, certainly not thinking that the president would go high and right, as we say at the Pentagon, on it like that. But because there was so many people coming to us who were, on active duty, who were recent veterans, family members of service members, who were coming to us individually and saying two things. One, I'm concerned, I'm going to be sent in uniform to an American city.
She's a former CIA station chief. Once you're CIA, you're always CIA. Ask Sean Ryan or Tucker Carlson, okay? But she is saying, and she's lying, that American military members, service members, went to her because they were scared of what Donald Trump might have sent them to do. This is a lie. Provide proof. Back up this proof. This is all allegations. This is the seditious six. These people need to be run to ground and removed from office. This is sedition. When you start messing with active duty military, you are circumventing the chain of command. And any military member that did this should be court-martialed and sent to Leavenworth. That's my theory. What are your thoughts? I know I've got a lot of veterans that watch this. Sorry to get fired up, but man, these people are really trying to ruin the United States. Here we've got Jasmine Crockett again. I want you to listen to what she says here.
Just this past week, I saw, I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity. And I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'd have to think through it a lot. One of the things that they propose is black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time, because then again, that puts money back in your pocket. But at the same time, it may not be as objectionable to some people.
So Jasmine Crockett wants to, make black folk not have to pay taxes. Is this some kind of reparations plan that she has? Is this how she's going to try to get votes? Jasmine, I think you are out to lunch. You're out of your mind. You're out of your league. And I think you're out of ideas. It always happens around election time whenever they float out reparations. What are your thoughts on this? I never owned slaves. My family never owned slaves. My grandmother, my grandparents, my parents, I don't think my great-grandparents, I don't think any of them ever owned slaves. Why should we be on the hook for anything that was done? When will Egypt pay some reparations to some certain people? When will Germany pay some reparations? When will the people that sold their own people pay some reparations? Jasmine, you're low information. You're low IQ, and I hope you learn to code, because you do not need to be a senator.
Sanctuary policies in the state of Illinois, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, saying that Governor Pritzker is overseeing the release of more than 1,700 dangerous criminal illegal aliens since the 20th of January, including murderers, pedophiles, and kidnappers, sending them back into neighborhoods and putting American lives at risk.
Well, that's all Chicago needs is more criminals. 1,700 of them released under Pritzker since Trump took office. What is he trying to do? If you live in Chicago, if you live in Illinois, I'm sorry, not sorry, because you should do more and get this guy out of office. At some point, Donald Trump can't save you. You're going to have to save yourself. You've got to be able to protect yourself until the police show up. And right now, 1,700 criminal illegal aliens released in Illinois. And guess what? Your tax money is feeding them. You think I'm lying? You're wrong. Guys, it's the Ben Dykes Show. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on your way out the door. We try to put out content daily, hitting all the highlights from the news. I want you to save time and know exactly what you need to know that's happening around the United States and how it's affecting you. You are the blue-collar working class. You will not be forgotten here, and you will be appreciated. Take care.